a digital splash through the static. He calls his line a podcasting's quest. One of a kind. Tom Gulley rides the wave. Tom Gulley rides the wave. Yeah. Through the noise, through the haze. Hey, Tom Gulley rides the wave. With a mic in hand, he sails the air, dodging trolls. He doesn't care. Opinions crash like thunder's roar. He's always ready for one wave more. Tom Gulley rides the wave. Tom Gulley rides the wave. Through the noise, through the noise. Tom Gulley rides the wave. Oh, yeah. Internet tides, they ebb and flow. He's catching currents we'll never know. Oh, ripping sharp, making bold plays. Tom Gulley, the king of waves. Tom Gulley rides the wave. Hey, Tom Gulley rides the wave. Through the noise, through the waves. Hey, Tom Gulley rides the wave. Oh, Tom Gulley rides the waves. Tom Gulley rides the waves. Oh! Yeah! Oh, yeah! Who's that man with the smoothest plan? Tom Gulley's got the upper hand. Oh yeah. He's got style, got brains, got a podcast too. Dropping truth bombs. He's coming for you. Evil puppets think they can play, but the man from Gulley don't sway. He's sharp as a tack, clever and sly. When he's in the zone, they can't deny. He's the man from Gulley. He'll outsmart the devil verse every day. The man from Gulley. Say what? Taking down those puppets in his funky way. He's got moves like a Motown king. Words so smooth, they gotta sting. Ha! With a mic in hand, he's a podcast pro. Evil schemes on wherever he goes. Clap your hands now. Tom don't run, Tom don't hide. He's got that funky justice stride. With the bass line bumping, the horns on blast. He's fighting those puppets, making it last. Say, Tom Gulley, say the man. Say Gulley, Gulley. He's got the plan. He's the man from Gulley. Oh yeah, he'll outsmart the devil verse every day's the man from Gulley. Taking down those puppets in his funky way. Gully's got a mic in his hand. Ooh yeah, talking Bigfoot tracks in the sand. Hole punches, spiders, conspiracies tight. He's podcasting strong, deep into the night. From the man from UNCLE to the Motown scene. He's dropping gems like you never seen. Oh, you know Tom Gulley, he's the podcast king. Say what? Ladies man with a smooth, sweet swing. Bigfoot, spider, and 9/11 schemes. Tom's a man of your wildest dreams. Tom Gulley, he's got charm, got wit, and a silky flow. Oh yeah, talking mysteries only Tom would know. From R&B to the funk so tight, so tight. He's spinning webs like a spider at night. Woo! His voice is smooth like a Motown jam. Ooh-wee. You can't help but say that's my man. Oh yeah, Tom Gulley, he's the podcast king. Ladies man with a smooth, sweet swing. Ooh. Bigfoot, spider, and 9/11 schemes. Tom's the man of your wildest dreams. Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, Tom Gulley, I'm gonna,
Oh, yeah. We're starting really early. Mostly because I'm using OBS tonight. And that's an old school throwback thing. Yeah, James, that's an old school throwback thing. See, in the old days, we used to do the show for like 5 streaming networks live. And during that time, we had to start at the top of the hour. And I always had a pre-show, which started off as like 20 minutes, and then it got to be 30 minutes, and then it got to be an hour. So I figured I'll just go live so I can make sure this all works still, right? Like a professional broadcaster would. And that's why we're here now. So bear with me. I will be using some technology I haven't used in several years. Let's see. We do have a few comments here in our chat room, which I'll have to read. I haven't developed a way to get these on screen yet. Let's see. Terry Nee says, play, because player pianos is the subject tonight. And the reason it is because Terry Nee asked for it, and he owns a player piano. So James from Ottawa says, tickle my pickle. It's another Tom Gulley show. You betcha. He likes the tunes. We do have so many good tunes now. And he says, used to watch you on Facebook. Whoa, that was back in the day. And I think that's when we used this technology. Yeah. In fact, I have this screen here that we used to use. I have this screen here that we used to use. I have, when we'd have callers, and we used to frequently have callers that hated my guts, I would put this up when they would be hating my guts. Or I would put this one up. Or I would put, see, because they couldn't see when it was happening. Or I'd put this one up, you know. Or I would put this one up. Or maybe I would put this one up. Or maybe I would put this one up. When they would curse, I would put that one up there. See, because they would curse a lot. And incidentally, and I'll mention this a couple times throughout the show, if somebody wants to actually call in, quote unquote, call in, I do have a way to make that happen. They would have to do a few things. If they tell me in the chat, hey, I want to be on the show, I can probably get them in through Facebook chatting. By the way, the Not Even a Show Institute did rate me the only stone green host. Now, it's not a reference to illegal drugs. It's that they used to rate their host green for awesome, orange for and red for terrible. And they said I was in stone as green. I would never be anything but green. And that was my thing for there. During COVID, I would do shows on the weekend for the people in the UK. If we decide to do randomata, we'll have that now. Yeah. We have all of it. All of it. And this was we're getting ready for the show. That number doesn't work, by the way, so don't try to use it. Look at that youthful guy of just a couple years ago. And incidentally, I'm not doing the old school, nailing things to the wall. That's just not going to happen in the future. So anyway, this is it. This is, it's us right now until 6 o'clock. And if I decide that I'm getting bored or we're not getting enough interaction-y things happening, then I will, I'll just start doing the show. Let me see here if I can do the Facebook thing. I probably know somebody on Facebook that might answer my call if I call them. This is so old school radio right now. Just going to the phones, calling somebody up out of the blue. Let's see. I don't want to talk to any of those people. I don't want to talk to any of those people. Oh, somebody mentioned me on the Warren Zevon. If this is one of those things where they're trying to sell T-shirts, I hate when you get mentioned in a post. And that's what it is. Yeah. Somebody's already posted, I'm really tired of unauthorized merchandise being sold through this site and tired of being tagged. I'm with you, Steve Proctor. I'm with you, mister. Oh, so the person I really wanted to talk to is not. They were on 5 minutes ago. I'm going to see if I can get him anyway. Oh, I got to turn the thing on. Hold on. Daggone it. I don't even have it on. That's really bad. That is really bad that I don't have it on. It may not even recognize it now. I may have to do it over again. Let's see here. You guys will have to tell me if you can even hear this. Actually, I know you can't right now. God dog it. There we go. That's the thing I wanted. Let me try this again. I have to turn this on. You might hear an echo, which would be unfortunate, but I can even fix that. See if we can make this. 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 See if I can hear it. Oh, now I can hear it again. Come on, you piece of junk. All right, let's try. Okay, this might just now work. Hello? Uh-oh, call ended. I'm going to call again. Oh, come on. Sorry about this. Read out. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Come on, technology. Be my friend. Here we go.
Hello?
Yes, I was just calling to see if some technology would work on my radio show.
Tom?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Tom?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I was just calling to see if some technology would work on my show, and you were the victim.
Oh, did it work?
Well, I think it did. Yes, it's working. It's working quite fine. How are you today? And don't say who you are. Let's not dox you.
Oh, I am doing quite well.
And do you believe in the Ludovico technique, or what's it called? The thing where you stab people in the leg if you want them to quit doing something?
As a technique to get somebody to like break a bad habit?
Yes, yes.
Or like sometimes people will put a rubber band around their wrist and snap it.
Yeah, or they'll give them a drug that makes them vomit if they take alcohol.
Yes. Yes.
What's that called? Is it adverse? I don't know what it's called.
Aversion therapy.
Aversion therapy, yes.
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 Some things can work. Definitely like getting very nauseous and sick after ingesting something is a pretty powerful way to get people to stop taking it, just because, evolutionarily we are designed to avoid things that make us sick. So
is that why
if you've ever
is that why people don't watch this show?
No, because this is a good show.
Okay.
So
now, I do have one other question. Do you think that the reason that I do not like biscuits and gravy is having grown up around a table where there was so much stress and tension while biscuits and gravy was being served, that might be aversion therapy?
that would definitely impact your enjoyment of biscuits and gravy, and it could. Intense emotions tend to help you learn things faster. So like if you're trying to teach somebody, like fears can be, or phobias can be evoked with one really bad experience if it's really intense. So yeah, anytime they're really intense emotions, you don't need a lot of experiences for that to have a lasting impact, even on your poor biscuits and gravy.
That makes sense, because every time I look at a baseboard now, never mind. I'm going to let you go, but thank you for being the victim of this. And I hope you have a great evening, and I'm sure we'll talk at a future time.
Sure. Yeah. Anytime.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yes. So I can make that work. I can make that happen. It can work. Let me get to some of the comments here, if there are any. For God's sakes. I could get No Filter Paul on. None of you want that, let me tell you right now. No Filter Paul. I could get No Filter Paul on. If you guys really want me to go down that road, I can. Let me see here. Terry says, I used to watch Tom on Mutascopes. That's funny. Terry says, I have a clock, a Tom Gulley Show clock in my garage. Well, I hope the temperate conditions of your garage don't screw that up. Why am I frozen? Why am I frozen? I should not be frozen. My player says that, maybe, well, no, my thing says I'm not. Come on, man. Can you hear me? That's the most important thing. Let's see. A clock in my garage. Hello, over. Team Brittany is here. That's awesome. I see. I just moved. Early show today. No, I'm just trying to use the OBS. My connection's a bit spotty. Nobody says docs. Team Brittany says, do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? Anyway, I know Charisse Theron's voice when I hear it. Terry Nee says, my sister, the senior lecturer in behavioral psychology. Team Brittany is laughing. Nobody says you're frozen. Nobody also says user error. The orange t-shirt is triggering to me. Well, why is that triggering to you, Team Brittany? And why I have, thank you, Facebook. I have on the OBS, it says I have 0 dropped frames. It says encoder overloaded, though. Well, let me see. I bet you I can fix this. Hold on. Video. Let me see. Oh. Please turn off any outputs to change video settings. Okay, so I can't change that right now. Well, that is a problem. Let me see if I can change it somewhere else. That's a problem. Team Brittany says, we can hear you. You are frozen. I know. I'm looking at it right now. It's just as disconcerting to me as it is to you. And it's YouTube's problem. It ain't my problem. It's YouTube's problem. It ain't my problem. I am streaming at 30 frames per second like I always do. Let me see here. Let me see if I can fix it. Hold on, everybody. I might be able to fix it. If I can't fix it, I have to restart the software. None of us want that. We might just have to do a radio show today. Oh, God, wouldn't that be great if I could be on the radio again? I don't have to worry about how I look and all of that hoo-ha. Let me see here real fast. Let me see if I can manage my stream, which for older gentlemen like myself is sometimes a problem. I'm sorry, I just had to. Let's see. 360 stream latency. Oh, I bet you I can fix it right here. Oh, now stop it. Now, see, YouTube says it's not receiving enough video. And that's a lie. That is a lie. Oh, Team Brittany just wanted to complain about something. Well, that's fine. Settings, channel level settings. That's not going to do it. I was at the place I needed to be, and it moved me away. It moved me away from there, which is stream latency. I can't change the latency. That's painful. That is painful. I don't know. Let's see here. Put on a jacket, see if it unfreezes. Johnny Brooks. By the way, Johnny Brooks, thank you for the very kind donation to the show. I didn't know Tom Gulley was a Broncos fan. Awesome. Gulley heads for life. Well, anyway, it's not. It's actually a Fort Wayne Comets jersey. And, man, this thing is all frozen up. I don't know whether I should, because I don't think I can change anything. Mid-roll ads, monetization, overlay for breaks. Without restarting the softwares, I could probably restart the softwares, and this would remain live. Let's see here, because there's a way to make this work. But it's weird that it says the encoder is overloaded. Are we back? Are we back? I think we're back. Are we back? Here, I'll be able to tell if we're back here in a second. Hold on. I'll be able to tell in just a second here. Boom. Don't worry, I can figure everything out. I'm good at figuring everything out. I'm good at figuring. Yeah, we're back. Oh boy, that was scary, man. That was crazy. Oh boy, I feel like Indiana Jones doing that. Let me tell you something. That's crazy stuff there. Let me see here. What do we got? We can hear you. You're frozen. I didn't know. Does that put a jacket on? Audio is all left channel. Well, I can change that too. Hold on. I know why that is. Here, you want me to make it not all left channel? The reason it's all left channel is I'm doing this in stereo, and the reason I did it in stereo is this. Wait, there's a cooler song. See, this is in stereo. You should be getting it in both ears. You should be getting it in both ears now.
Oh! Oh! Yeah! Oh, yeah!
Okay, I'm going to change that, though. It's been a while. Oh, dear me. Yeah. Do you guys want me to get it in both channels? Because I can do the thing I just did again. It's scary, but I can do it. It's so scary. We should be back, and it should be both channels now. Is that happening? I told you this was a throwback show to the days of yon when we did this on OBS. So it should be in both channels. Mine's not left. Oh, Terry Nees isn't left. It's because Stribbs has his thing set up all fancy. Trust me. I forgot donations. Terry Nee has donated 99 cents. I can't put that on the screen, but everybody in the chat room knows you're a big shot. Thank you for the 99 cents. Mine's not left. Freezing again for me. It probably froze because I stopped it for a second. Oh, no. And Terry Nee says, old boomer. Terry Nee, you're the guy that requested a show on player pianos, which we'll be doing in 24 minutes. I don't see how you can call me an old boomer when you requested a show on player pianos. This is what Terry Nee thinks is a good time. All right. He likes to call me names and make me out to be old. The truth is, Terry Nee is actually older than I am. There. I said it. He may be better looking, but he's older. Terry Nee says, I need to get the player piano off the trailer. Terry, please be honest. Did your wife actually want the player piano? Is that what this is all about? I don't actually have to watch the stream, I guess. I can just watch it here in the studio. Can we hear the song from The Sting? Yes. Dun 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 dun. My wife has no idea it's here. Terry, are you one of those guys that has like a workroom or a den or a study that your wife is not allowed to go into? She never comes all the way into the room. She only comes to the door. Is that what's happening? Is that what's going on? We have so many good songs here. This one right here is. It just makes you do this with your head.
Who's that man with the smoothest plan? Tom Gulley's got the upper.
I'm sorry, I'd like that to be in stereo, but this is not a stereo mic. Let's see. Terry Nee says a 30 by 40 barn. Johnny Brooks says, you're welcome, Mr. Gulley, and thank you for hating the comedy shaman. The comedy shaman. Now it says, warning, the stream's bit rate is lower than the recommended. YouTube just isn't cooperating. In order to keep from overloading it, I went from the video frame rate of 30 frames per second down to the film frame rate of 24 frames per second. And OBS is working perfectly, but now the YouTube studio is saying the Extreme's current bit rate is lower than the recommended. Why would they do that to me? Why would they? It just seems wrong. It really does. For those of you who don't remember the old days when we used to do the show, you might be familiar with the old opening title, or the other old opening title, or when I used to cover the news, the weird news, or when callers would call in, because we had a lot of people from the Pod Awful cult calling in that hated my guts, and I had to prepare these for when they called in, or this one, or this one, or perhaps this one, or maybe this one. And then this one was for if they used bad language. One of my favorites, actually. Somebody made this one for me for when we were doing COVID shows for the UK. There you go. And of course, when we do Randomata, we always got my good friend Kip Adata. And here's one from a show that will be starting up again, I believe, in January. And that will be, I'll probably change it to Tom Gulley's Unnecessary Soccer Show, because we're going to do a lot of coverage. I will. It won't be related to this channel because I am a soccer expert. But, yeah, we used to do that one, too. We used to do a lot of things back in the days, me and the kids. We really did. Let's see, what else we got? Sari Nee has got the dancing emojis. Donation rate is low also. Boy, isn't it. You're telling me. We make bupkis on this show. And the viewer rate is also low. Team Brittany is laughing. This is a good place, and I'm only going to mention this for a second. I know there's at least one person from the Dabbleverse in here. And I'm just going to ask this question. And I'm going to ask, and this is for somebody else's benefit. Would you say that Vince the lawyer is known for trolling, doxing people, and making really outrageous, disgusting remarks about people and women? Say the Army Major's wife, the two-time Bronze Star winning decorated Army Major, also state senator from his state and congressional candidate, that he insisted it's a compliment for him to say, I want to blank your wife. That's all I'm going to ask. Strib says Tom Gulley's Dabbleverse. That is not an approved nickname. That is not an official nickname. And I'm already out of Dr. Pepper Zero blackberry flavor. And I won't be able to get any more till tomorrow. Because I got things to do and people to see tonight. If you do want to be on the show, why don't I just, I'd have to go back and pin that. Wait a minute, I can do it from in here. I can do it from in here. If you'd like to call in, I'll put that in parentheses. Call in to the show, say so in chat, and we'll hook up via Facebook. Because I just checked it with my sister. Some of you guys got to hear my sister, who's the senior lecturer. Senior lecturer, Vince the megalomaniac. Yes, Terry Nee. Yes. I remember he was going after Phil Elmore so much, and he wanted, and by the way, he contacts people's families a lot. It's another thing he likes to do. He wanted to get a hold of Phil Elmore's brother so badly that he created a fake outdoor magazine because his brother's into outdoor stuff and was going to contact him through that. Just a ridiculous. Terry Nee says she sounds young. She does sound young. I was hoping, Terry Nee, you would have a better, since you're a moderator on every show in the Dabbleverse, a better description for somebody that's in the room about Vince the lawyer. She sounds young. She is younger than I am. She is my youngest sibling. Well, she has a twin. So I have three. I'm the oldest of six. I have three younger brothers, and then we have the two twin sisters. She's not that much younger. Let's not get crazy. I kind of think I sound youthful myself, frankly. You're welcome. But 15 minutes and we will start the official show here in our OBS throwback mode. There are things I can add to this to put your super chats and stuff on screen. I don't know why. Let me see. I don't think that... you know what? And this is a serious question for all you out there. I don't know why YouTube hasn't offered their own version of StreamYard. In other words, I don't know why YouTube hasn't developed technology that they could say, look, we're YouTube. If you pay us this much money a month, you can incorporate all of these features into your YouTube live stream. I don't know why they haven't done that. They are losing out on just tremendous amounts of income. Know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm saying when I'm saying what I'm saying. Yeah. Dick Cheney died right before Election Day. I don't have the shirt I wore to the polls today with my "You Voted" thing on it. I did a little sociological experiment. When you wear the "You Voted" sticker, you don't get any better treatment at 7-Eleven or anywhere else for that matter. The same old treatment. I better check my YouTube, make sure everything's going okay here on my channel. Haven't seen a chat in a while. Running kind of scarce on chats. I'm going to make sure the whole production hasn't gone into the tank. Let's see here. Oh, come on. They're supposed to be helping. They're not helping. They're really not. Michael Gardner has provided applause. Good. We're still rolling. Oh, Michael Gardner. Hey, I can't even read that. Taking part in our political process under the illusion that it'll benefit me. I think that means courage. And it's interesting to me. I am in the YouTube studio right now watching the show. And everything's great. I'm not freezing. Everything's perfect. Oh, wait. Now I froze a little bit. I made the mistake of opening some windows and stuff. I'll tell you what. They're supposed to be helping. They're not helping. Excuse me. They're not helping at all. They're supposed to be helping, but they're not helping. They really are not helping. I'm doing something to see if I can make the... When you use OBS, you got to know things. That's all I'm going to say about it. Maybe that perked us up a little bit. Now I'm frozen up like you can't imagine. Let's see here. Long as you can still hear me. Ecosystem of third-party streaming software and tools like OBS Studio, Streamlabs, StreamYard itself to provide advanced production features. Well, here's the thing about that. Boy, I hope we get the video back on this. I really do. When you use Streamlabs, it's got OBS incorporated into it. Michael Gardner says, okay, it could say, I'm a brave little boy. YouTube does not have a built-in StreamYard service, primarily because its strategy is to focus on its core function as a massive broadcasting and video on demand platform while relying on. Yeah, well, Terry, that's true, but their main focus is money. Otherwise, they wouldn't be taking 30% of this and of that. I guess they can have third-party people do it, but look, when you pay $50 a month for StreamYard, you know. Brittany's laughing. I don't know at what, but as long as someone is laughing, we're happy here on the Tom Gulley Show. 10 minutes till Terry Nee's specially selected topic of player pianos. Incidentally, it is a massive pain in the keister to load photos into OBS, but you can load as many of them as you want in there. Huh? I also like the double Tom Gulley logos. This particular. I should have put my other logo up there. What the hell's wrong with me? You know what I'm going to do? I'm getting rid of that one. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. I'll just use the one on the bottom, which is my better logo. Occasionally, we here at the Tom Gulley Show like to take you behind the curtain to show you how this massive, complex production is put together. Yeah. That's what we're doing around here. But if you want to be on the show, you just say so, and then I go into Facebook, and we talk. We did a little touch of base with our caller earlier, who's an expert in psychology, about aversion therapy. It was great. Terry Needs said there should be a show on producing a show for a show. There are, actually. There's a lot of them. None in an American accent, but there's a lot of them. There's really a lot of them. I really should be using Streamlabs at this point, probably. Streamlabs has two different ways. One's an app, one's a browser. And given that I know how to use OBS, I probably should be using that. But I do have to say, StreamYard is so simple, it's kind of worth it to use, not to pay for. They want too much. When I first signed up for StreamYard, it was like $19.99 a month. Fine, no problem. Then they upped it to like $49 a month or $44.99 or something like that. And they really didn't give you any extra features. I don't know of things where they go pay more and get the same thing. Team Brittany says Terry Nee, and then a booklet about the show showing how to do the show. Yes, and several podcasts that would spring up around that. A booklet would be helpful. You don't see booklets as much as you used to. And pamphlets and brochures. You know, you ever watch old TV channels? When I say old TV channels, I mean like Antenna TV or Me TV that show old programs that you have to watch commercials during. I do, because that's where my shows are. And I still watch broadcast television occasionally, even though I know I can get it streaming. So you sit through these commercials. And whatever they're selling, they'll say, call now for our free brochure. And it's like, I don't recall ever having paid for a brochure. I'm usually given them for free. Hey, thank you. Can I get a brochure? Yeah, that'll be $5. Never happened. Never happened. Never happened. And they also say, call now for a free consultation or a free review of your healthcare plan. Yeah, call now for our free sales pitch. Anyway. Terry says, semi-loads of pig stuff have been spread on the fields next to me. Wife is not happy. Terry complimenting Team Brittany. Team Brittany says, surprise her with the player piano now. Terry, yeah, you could play Our State Fair is a great state fair. Don't miss it. Don't even be late. From dollars to donuts to Cracker Jacks. Because that's about a pig named Blue Boy. I'm downwind. Oh, Terry, look, I mean, Gilman's here. He says, hey, Gullerinos. Hey, how you doing, man? Yes, the instruction booklet. Job for a technical writer. Terry Nee, call now because you're bored and running out of amphetamines. Michael Gardner. Terry Nee, I grew up, as we all know, on a small farm in Indiana. And in the summertime, when the living is easy, catfish are jumping. Anyway, why is it Show Tunes Day on the Tom Gulley Show all of a sudden? Anyway, when I was growing up, as you do, I was growing up on that there farm there. And I got to tell you that... sorry, I'm adjusting something. When you would drive down the highway at certain points in time in the summer and a pig truck would pass you, the whole family, you would instinctively all roll the windows up because that pig smell of the droppings, oh God, it goes right to the back of your sinuses, and it just give you a migraine instantaneously. Let's see. Hey, no time. Let's sing, Tommy. Oh, your daddy's rich. I don't know that song. To think I fought not to have a warehouse here. Yeah, well. Team Brittany says now it's stand very close to this QR code on your television so we can scan your bank account. Yeah, I don't understand the QR codes for that kind of thing. I really don't. It's like, let me just get, the commercial's over. All right. There's so many things you got to use a QR code for, and open your camera and the link pops. All right. My whole thing is, if you're going to make a QR code, the phone should be made so that it automatically all happens, which it kind of does sometimes, I guess. Michael Garner says, oh my God, hush, little baby, don't you cry. He says, that's the song I was singing. I wasn't singing that song. It's hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's going to buy you a mockingbird. Not to be confused with mock. Yeah. Ing. Yeah. Bird. Yeah. 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 Mockingbird now. Mama just killed a man. Put a thing I can't say on YouTube up against his head. Pulled my trigger, now he's another word I can't say on YouTube. Mama. Life has just begun. Gilman says it's the same ammonia smell from chicken trucks going to slaughter. Kind of a different thing. That's a different song. Are you gaslighting me? Says Michael Gardner. No. I think we're just on different pages as far as the song's concerned. Team Brittany says, poor innocent little chickens. Look. It's not that I don't sympathize with the plight of the chicken. I do. But it's not my fault they're tasty and delicious now, is it? No, it's not. All right, I'm going to go through the charade of playing an opening theme song over a title card, and then we're going to do the real show. Would you like to hear the man from Gulley, Tom Gulley Rides the Waves, or Tom Gulley is a podcast king? Vote now, quickly. Vote your ever-loving heart out. I was singing Summertime, when the living is easy. Stop, 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 stop now. What am I supposed to stop? You were singing Summertime. Plus Mennonites built huge chicken barns upwind. Eesh. No wonder your door squeaks. It's not that it's rusty, it's just in pain. All right, I'm playing the man from Gulley because it talks about puppets in the dabble verse, and I'm not too thrilled with those people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do that one. And I think we're going to use the World News Update art. And it's a song from our good friend Leon Kennedy. And it goes a little something, and I wish this was in stereo, like this.
Oh! Oh! Whoa! Truth bombs, he's coming for you. Evil puppets think they can play, but the man from Gulley don't sway. He's sharp as a tack, clever and sly. When he's in the zone, they can't deny. He's the man from Gulley. He'll outsmart the devil verse every day. The man. His funky way. He's got moves like a Motown king. Words so smooth, they gotta sting. Ha! With a mic in hand, he's a podcast pro. Evil schemes on wherever he goes. Clap your hands now. Tom don't run, Tom don't hide. He's got that funky justice stride. With the bass line bumping, the horns on blast. He's fighting those puppets, making it last. Say, Tom Gulley, say the man, take Gulley, Gulley. He's got the plan. He's the man from Gulley. Oh yeah, he'll outsmart the dabble verse every day. He's the man from Gulley. Taking down those puppets in his funky way.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What is shaking? Tonight, let me tell you about player pianos, because Terry Nee, who positions himself online as a paragon of youth and like Gen Z or something, he asked for a show on player pianos. What's that tell you? It's all about Terry. It's all about Terry. Let me see if I can get this darn thing positioned where it should be. I got to look at so many things here. We're doing a little bit of a throwback. I'm on OBS this evening, and that's fun. But anyway, please do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe, retweet, notification bell. Those are free things. All they cost you is a click, right? Just one click. And that is just click. That's it. It's just click, And so that would really help us with the algorithm, the almighty, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-serving algorithm. And then we do have super chats. We do have memberships. We do have your PayPal. All of that stuff is in the description at the bottom of the page. And we have a merch store at the TomGulleyShow.com with a wide variety of top quality name brand items, sure to add a focal point of praise and pleasure to any room. So there's all that. Let me get to some of your comments. We've been on the air for an hour now, so this is really kind of a fake opening. Let's see. Oh gosh, there's a lot of them. There's someone call a buttload. That's a metric term. I don't know how much it is actually, but let's see here. Okay, where were we are? Ride the Waves. Oh, Stribs wanted Ride the Waves. Stribs, just for you, that's what we'll outro with tonight. Sorry, I didn't see that. The Mennonites built a huge chicken barns upwind of Terry Knee. Ow. Michael Gardner says, hey, Tom, why did the Amish girl get shunned? I don't know, Michael Gardner. Why? He says, too Mennonite. And that got lots of laughs in the chat room. It's funny. Team Brittany says, show title, player pianos. Show topic, pigs, chickens, and other bad smells. Team Brittany, I will do a show on bad smells so fast it'll make your head spin. Matter of fact, I'm writing that down. That is a great show topic, bad smells. We've already done vomiting, so... All right. This is not Tom. This is AI. Do you think AI could do this? No. It's really me. God, hair is so messed up. I don't know what's going on with this. Now this is Tom. He's got range. Michael Garner says, I haven't heard this song. Absolutely awesome. Who does your music? The one and only very talented Leon Kennedy. Team Brittany says, I don't want to meet the chickens before I meet them in the grocery store. Nor should you. The man from Gulley. Yep, that's me. Strib says, Gully Gang, Gully Gang. Kind of a controversy for those of you new to the show. There's like 4 different or 5 different distinct groups that follow this show. There's the Gully Gang. There's the Gullerinos. That's my favorite name personally, but I don't get to pick. There's Gully Heads. There's the Flock of Sea Gullies. I think there's one other. Pick whichever one is right for you. Jared's given us up fingers. Yes, Jared. Everybody like, share, subscribe, retweet, notification bell, all the free things you can do to help us with the algorithm, the almighty, all-powerful, all-knowing algorithm. Don't hate the piano, hate the game. Don't hate the piano, hate the roll. People saying hi. Jared says, hey, Tom, did Feds ever return your Ball State sweatshirt? Okay, I know some of you were here last Thursday night, and I encouraged everyone to go watch Awful Ween on the Pod Awful Network. Awful Ween Red Rooms 2. And I had done a little, what I thought would be a tiny smidgen in that show, a harmless prank, fake phone message. Just maybe 20 seconds or something. And it turns out they were pranking another guy, but they went way out of their way to make me look really, on one hand, super awful. On another hand, actually, so you can't really complain when part of the myth they create about you is flattering to beneficial. It's a long story. Team Brittany says, not yet. Shh. It's okay. I have so many Ball State sweatshirts. People laughing at Julian. Give a thumbs up now or you aren't a brave little boy. Actually, it was your idea. I just said I bought one, boomer. It was not when would I ever say the word play or piano? Never. You bought one and you didn't mention it? By the way, you bought one. It wasn't left to you by your great Aunt Matilda. You bought one. You took hard cash out of your pocket and said, yes, player piano, which probably has only songs from 1920 and back. Unless you know one of those guys that'll turn Down with OPP into a player piano song. Although maybe the player pianos have a feature, the new digital ones, where you can play something and it will remember it. I don't know. Jared is into gully heads. Okay. I'm still scared and confused from the Pot Awful Halloween show, says Gilman. Yes. John Ziermite says, I have 12 laying hens that are just delightful. Laying hens are delightful. I mean, fresh eggs all the time. Are you kidding me? Jared says, apparently Tom had a hit and heavy affair with Feds. Don't be coy, Tom. No, I did not. You look like a stud. Not only that, not only a stud, but a guy that was sent to beat up another guy. Although the guy he was sent to beat up, I'm old and I could beat him up with a dirty look probably. Julian Zezer says, I think it's newsworthy if someone buys a player piano. It is newsworthy. Extra, read all about it. First player piano sale since 1937. Michael Garner says, I know a guy who can turn the mileage back on your player piano. Oh, what about the trust the process gullies? Well, those gullies are rejoicing in the fact that Arsenal has not been scored on in 8 straight games in all competitions. But CIA, they're just setting me up for the fall. That's all they're doing. They're setting me up for the fall like they did back in 22. The chef is in the house. Always good to see the chef. Glad he's here. Team Brittany says, hello, chef. Now it's time to get to our topic. Let me tell you about player pianos. All right. Oh, gosh. Now I get to go to my OBS and use all these photos that I downloaded just for somebody. Bunch of hooey. Player pianos, ladies and gentlemen, are a self-playing piano with a pneumatic or electromechanical, his is electromechanical, trust me, mechanism that operates a piano using perforated paper or metallic rolls. The modern versions use MIDI. I'm sure his is not a modern version, although if it is, please tell us. The player piano became very popular as a mass-produced home piano in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Sales peaked, Terry, guy that always wants me to be made out to look old and old-fashioned and a fuddy-duddy. Yeah, I said it, fuddy-duddy. Sales peaked in 19 and 24 and then declined because of the phonograph. Yes. Not to mention the stock market crash of 1929. I'm sorry. That's just funny. Now, because it's a Terry thing, I'm going to go ahead and show you. Look at this. This is how one of these suckers works, right? You got the pedal connection, the exhauster, number 3 there. There's only one of them shown. The reservoir, which is a high tension device. The number 5 is the exhaust trunk, which is in the inside of it there. Number 6 is the exhaust tube to the motor. Number 7 is the airspace above primary valves. Number 8 is the secondary valves. Number 9 is the striking pneumatic. Number 10 is the connection from the pneumatic to the action of the piano. Number 11 is the piano action, which Terry Nee around the house gets a lot of piano action, thus the reason for the player. Number 12 is the pneumatic motor. And number 13 is the tracker board. The music roll passes over the tracker board. So, yeah. Now, the first practical pneumatic piano player was not a guy. It was manufactured by the Aeolian Company and called the pianola. Was invented in 1896 by Edwin S. Vody, and these things were everywhere in the 20th century. The name pianola, sometimes used as a generic name for any piano player that's a player piano, came from this invention. So it's like Kleenex or Coke. The mechanism was all pneumatic. Foot-operated bellows provided a vacuum to operate the pneumatic motor to do its deal there. So he advertised this sucker all over the place, right? Full-page color ads, which had never been done before. Nobody ever did full-page color ads, ever, until the player piano. Look at that. That's what a player piano looks like when it's in use. Ooh, it's a ghost playing the piano. They sold these initially for $250. Terry can tell us how much he paid for his. And then other cheaper ones were made. There was a 65-note format, 11 1/4-inch wide rolls, and there were holes 6 to the inch, although several player manufacturers used their own roll and they were incompatible with others. You know how that goes. By 1903, the Aeolian Company had more than 9,000 titles in their catalog of rolls, the paper rolls that are used to play the piano. They added 200 titles a month, and many companies' catalogs ran to thousands, which were usually light music or religious music or classical music or ragtime music. Put another nickel in the Nickelodeon. That's what it sounds like at Terry's house. All I want is loving you and music, music, music. That is an actual translation of the player piano at Terry's house into a human. Melville Clark introduced 2 important features to the player piano: the full-scale roll, which could play every note on the piano keyboard, and an internal player. Yes. So by the end of the decade, the 65-note format, it was out the window. That was for losers. By the way, Terry, how many notes does yours have? Just asking for a friend. Yeah. All the little guys that made the 65-note ones, they got put out of business when they went to the full 88-key deal. Yeah. This gets weirder, folks. It's going to get weirder in just a second after I read these comments. Yeah. Julian Zeezer asks, and quite rightfully so, are you down with OBS? I'm down with OBS. You know me. Gilman says, I have a wind-up tinker box. Same concept, but not as listenable. I know what those are. That thing. Michael Gardner says, I thought they came out with a player piano app. Well, they kind of did. We'll get to that in a second. It uses MIDI technology. Chef's waving to Brittany. Free color ads though free. They weren't free color ads. They were expensive. Terry Nee said he paid $5 for his. Did you find it at like a swap meet while you were out antiquing with the wife? Nickel, nickel, quarter dime. Does your regimen even rhyme? Well, that one does. Terry Nee says nobody was willing to move it. Must be 10,000 pounds. Well, that's a smart buy then. Julian says now that Terry has a player piano, he's going to open up a saloon. Julian says, great idea. And you have the squeaky door for the saloon already, too. This is working out for everybody, isn't it? By the way, is my picture better or worse on OBS? I think it's a little better from where I'm at. It might not be from where you're at. And what is going on with this hair? This is the side that's the problem today. There's always one side. It's usually this side. And I think maybe I got to do a little work over here. But Julian Zeter says, I'm glad you bought it. And instead of letting someone trash it or turn it into a shiffa robe. Yeah. By the way, this is the part that gets weird. There was actually a conference held in Buffalo, New York in 1908 to agree on an industry standard roll of music for the player piano, and it was called the Buffalo Convention. Yeah. It was 9 to the inch. Now that meant that any player piano on the 88 scale could play any roll that was made by any company. And that was necessary because otherwise there would have been a costly format war, which the industry just couldn't handle. Yeah. Yeah. Now, while all this was happening in the United States of America, there was an inventor in Germany named Edwin Welter, who was working on a player which could reproduce all aspects of performance automatically so that the machine would play back a recorded performance exactly as if the original pianist was sitting at the piano keyboard. Known as a reproducing piano, the Welter Mignon was launched in 1904, and it created new marketing opportunities as manufacturers could now get foremost pianists and composers of the day to record their performances on a piano roll, and that allowed the owners of player pianos to experience a professional performance in their home on their piano, just like the original guy had played it. It wasn't as robotic, if you will. They got Michael Bublé in there. They got Barry Manilow. They got Billy Joel. They got Elton John in there, and it reproduced it. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? I think that's a hell of an idea. I'm glad the Germans came up with it. Anyway. But you know, the Aeolian Company just didn't sit on its laurels, because that's painful. Laurels have thorns in them. They came out with the Metro style in 1901 and the Themadist in 1904. The Themadist, being an invention, was said to bring out the melody clearly above the accompaniment, which is a problem. Sales went through the roof. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, word rolls, what were called word rolls, featured printed lyrics in the margins so that somebody who was sitting at the player piano could sing the song, which was very popular before radio and phonograph records became popular. Yeah. Other rivals came out. Germans got some patents when World War I happened. It was just going crazy. But by the end of the 19-teens, that jazz age and the foxtrot made the player piano the instrument, right? Classical music, the reproducing piano was what that was for. People would play their classical music on that and say, look at what I did here. But most of the roll companies quit offering big catalogs of classical before 1920, and they abandoned anything but the word rolls about this time too. So any roll of music you bought then had words on it. Yeah. England had the classical music still selling, you know. Let's see here. Word rolls never became popular in England because they cost more than non-word rolls, because you had to go back and print them, the words on it. So after World War I, American and British collections of rolls looked very, very different. So the whole thing collapses at the end of the 20s. No, player pianos are kind of not a thing anymore, right? But I'm going to tell you about a time when player pianos became a thing again. right? All right, let me get to some of your comments first. Michael Garner says, do you know those saloon doors didn't exist? They were a product of Western movies and not actually a thing. I did know that. Michael Garner says, I can't remember if that's real, if I made it up. Enjoy. They weren't as much of a thing as people made them out to be. We'll put it that way. It was, yeah. I have to, Julian Caesar says, I used to have some relative, lost track of them, who restored old pump organs. Wow. Michael Garner says, I went with the Betamax player piano. What a mistake. Well, the Betamax was used in, although it was not used for home use, it was used for a long time in news and other forms of high-end videotape. So Beta remained a thing because it was a higher quality, higher standard. It just wasn't for home use anymore. I do remember when VHS was out and Beta at the same time, and you go into a video store, there'd be one of each. And I remember when Beta said they were going to quit making home use tapes. In other words, they weren't going to put movies and things on it. And the same day I heard that, the video store in our town had all of the Beta stuff out in front on a table for sale. They got rid of it all. And our family had a Beta player. And I mentioned before it was purchased that I thought that was going to be phased out. And I was roundly chastised by the person in the family who was responsible for that purchase. I think they know more about it than you do. I'm just saying, you're in my world now. Had a camera and everything. Team Brittany says, wow. Terry Nee says, pump organs are as expensive. If I get one, it's to look for treasures people would lose or hide them in. I've found bags of coins. Hey, Terry Nee. Terry Nee, it's a new series. It's going to be on the Learning Channel, TLC. It's going to be called Terry Nee, Organ Pirate. Michael Gardner says World War I, more like Word Roll One. You got that right. Julian Caesar says, I suspect Tom was a Betamax guy. Well, our family was. I didn't have any say in the matter. But when I got into advertising and news, television news, they used Beta and Beta Digi for a long time. Michael Gardner says, ooh, Beta sale. Are you calling me a Beta? Is that what's going on here? Is that what everybody's doing? You're just calling me a Beta? Just like that? Out in the broad open daytime in front of everybody? Sheesh. So in the early 1950s, these things started becoming collectible, right? And there was another of these wacky gatherings in 1959. It was people in England. They came to his house, and it was known as the Player Piano Group. And then there's now a British piano museum that this guy founded, now called the Musical Museum. They're in Brentford, who Arsenal, I think, has already beaten this season. Now, in the United States, there was a guy, his name was Harvey Rohl, R-O-E-H-L, but whatever. Published a book called Player Piano Treasury in 1961. And this was sold in huge numbers. And this book told how to rebuild and restore player pianos. There was still quite a number of them around. And other societies were founded worldwide to bring back the player piano. One of them in the United States was the Automatic Musical Instruments Collectors Association, AMICA, in the US of A, and the Music Box Society International. So this revival of interest in the 60s led to Aeolian and other companies which had still trickled along to start producing player pianos again. Right? Right? Yeah. They produced a really small version because people didn't have as much space in their houses and stuff. I could get into the types of player pianos. There's a split stack control, there's a theme control, there's an isolated theme, there's an expression player, and then those reproducing pianos, they're automated versions of the player, no human control to play it. Yeah. And those have the holes in them allow for a longer play per note. So an actual performance can be replicated rather than it's, you could, what I'm saying with you. Yeah. Let's get to these music rolls. Let's get to these rolls that we've been talking about, shall we? Hold on here. I got to find them. I'm going to find me a roll, guys. Is that a roll? No. Is that a roll? Nope, that's just another player piano. Is that a roll? There we go. That's a roll. That's what a roll looks like. And as you can see, the words are over to the right. This is a word roll. And you can see the whole Megillah. Terry Nee could have taken a picture of his player piano and sent it to me for the show, but no, he was a little too busy. A little too busy. Yeah. So that's a continuous sheet of paper rolled onto a spool, and the spool fits into the player piano, and you hook it up onto a spool that winds it up on one end, and then it goes over what's called the tracker bar, and that charts where the holes are, and based on where these holes are, it plays that note. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a number of ways that they do this. The music can be made out on a master stencil from printed sheet music. They can do it with a player piano keyboard operated punch machine. So someone would be actually playing it. It would punch holes in the paper. They do it with live performances, played onto a special piano connected to the punch machine. A modern computer software, and I'm going to show you this in a second, and MIDI software can be used to create piano roll stencils for operating modern-day perforating machines and create new titles. But a lot of the modern player pianos, the MIDI is connected directly to the piano, and you select the songs digitally. Yeah. It's reported that the last remaining mass producer of piano rolls in the world, QRS Music, temporarily halted production of these things in December, the last day of December, actually, of 2008. But they still list themselves as the only one remaining, and they claim to have 45,000 titles available, with new titles being added on a regular basis. That musical museum that we mentioned in Brentford, London, houses a nationally significant collection of piano rolls with over 20,000 rolls, as well as an extensive collection of instruments which may be seen and heard that no one cares about. So the reproducing piano got even more complex. Look at that. That is actually the new style of player piano. You see that it's hooked up to a piano. That electronic unit controls which keys are played. And before this, you can tell that one looks like it has a CD function in it. Before this one, they use magnetic tape and floppy disk rather than to record and play back the music. Yeah. In 1982, the Yamaha Corporation introduced the Piano Player, which was the first mass-produced commercially available reproducing piano that was capable of digitally capturing and reproducing a piano. What is the problem? A piano performance using a floppy disk as a storage medium. Almost all of the modern-day pianos that are player pianos use MIDI, musical interface, digital something. And the MIDI files trigger solenoids, which use electric current to drive small mechanical plungers mounted to the key action inside the piano. That's how that's done. As of 2006, several player piano, and this is for you, Terry Nee, several player piano conversion kits are available piano disc, pianomation, allow owners of normal pianos to convert them into computer-controlled instruments. The conversion process usually involves cutting open the bottom of the piano to install mechanical parts under the keyboard, although one organization, the Logos Foundation, has manufactured a portable external kit. A few player piano. I got another player. Is that? Oh, sorry. It's weird. OBS software is like 30 seconds ahead of the YouTube. A few player piano conversion kit types, like a new one introduced in 2007-08 by Wayne Stanke, are available. His is called the LX. Good old Wayne Stanke. Some think his method is Stanke. As of 2023, Steinway manufactures a player piano based on Wayne Stanke's live performance LX system, which was sold to Steinway in 2014 and rebranded as Spirio. Unlike others, a recording option was not originally available, but in 2019, oh yeah, they can record now. Edelweiss is a British hot shot on the player piano scene, offering totally bespoke pianos in luxury departments, like at Harrods since 2017. Edelweiss is regarded as the most upmarket of today's breed of self-playing piano. Edelweiss, Edelweiss. So, by the way, a player piano is not an electric piano, an electronic piano, or a digital piano. The distinction is the way the sounds are produced. A player piano is an acoustic piano which produces sound by hammer striking on the piano strings. Electrical components are limited to moving the keys or hammers or mimicking the actions of a person. Sound is not generated or amplified electronically. So get that straight in your filthy little minds. By the way, like, share, subscribe, retweet, notification bell. These things are all free. They don't cost you a cent. And they help us with the algorithm, the almighty, all-powerful, all-seeing, all-knowing algorithm. Okay? That's what they help us with. In addition, plus also as well, we do have super chats. We do have memberships. We also have our merch store. We have PayPal, where you give the most and I get the most. And all this stuff is in the description of the show. It's there in the description. It's in the description. Let's see here. Tony says, someone sounds bitter still. I am a little bitter because I was giving a lecture at the dinner table. Don't make me call my senior lecturer about that. Like I was an idiot. And this is like when I was a senior in high school and I was like, no, I work with video cameras every day. I was a freelancer for the local TV news department. And I'm like, no, I kind of know what I'm talking about here. It's a big announcement. It was in the papers. It was in the papers. It was all over the papers. So I am bitter. Thank you for noticing. Thank you for bringing up a horrifying childhood memory that I'll never forget. Thank you. Whoops, that's just a dark screen there. Let's bring me back. All right, thank you for that, Terry. Thank you for that walk down a corridor I thought I'd never traverse again. Thank you. Thank you for this topic, too, that did the same. Thank you. Michael Garner says, total beta thinking that you're a beta. Kind of is. Julian Caesar says, Rachmaninoff did a bunch of piano rolls. Did he ever? Team Brittany say, that's very cool. Terry Nee says, I have boxes of rolls. Terry, what are some of the hot titles of these songs? You know, I'm looking over my four-leaf clover. The Daughter of Rosie O'Grady, Down by the Old Mill Stream. Tell us some of the hot titles that you have that will one day mellifluously float through the air in your home. Julian Zeter says basically digital music from 100 years ago. Yes, Julian Zeter. Yes. Team Brittany, Elton John fan. Me too. Sorry seems to be the hardest word, by the way. Team Brittany says, Terry Nee, don't store them downwind. Smell of music. That Terry Nee, he's a card. He's a crack up. And I'm going to say it, he's a wiseacre. Michael Garner says, I bet they use MIDI files now. They do. Terry Nee says, my brother had a CD-driven grand piano. I think that's what caused the divorce. Julian Zeter says, I always wanted a candelabra, but I don't have a grand to put it on. Just borrow one from the Liberace estate. Julian Zeter says, Tom's Cassandra Gulley was ignored when he prophesied the demise of Betamax. I was at home. Julian Zeter says, don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. With anyone else but me. Over there, send the words and the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming. Terry says, mostly it's church hymns. Why would you? To Jesus Christ, our sovereign King, who is the world redeemer, all praise and homage do we renew. Victor Christ is his ruler, his Lord and me. Hey guys, they're having a party over at Terry Nee's house. We might see somebody's ankles. They're playing church hymns. Terry has like a Casio drum machine right next to it with, kind of streeted up for the kids. Kind of streeted up for the kids. Terry, and I don't make this offer to anybody. By the way, I've dropped 0 frames during this show. That's pretty awesome. I wouldn't make this offer to anybody, just anybody. But if you want, I can send you the file for...
Tom Gulley's got a mic in his hand. Ooh yeah, talking Bigfoot tracks in the sand. Hole punches, spiders, conspiracies tight. He's podcasting strong, deep into the night. From the man from UNCLE to the Motown scene. He's dropping gems like you never seen. Oh, you know Tom Gulley, he's a podcast king. Say what? Ladies man with a smooth, sweet swing. Bigfoot, spider, and 9/11 schemes. Tom's a man of your wildest dreams. Tom Gulley.
They don't got that on No Player Piano, champion. Anyway, that's all I got for the player piano. If you have any questions, moans, groans, gripes, complaints, now's the time to get them out of your system. Get them to quit sticking in your craw. Tom's a modern tormented Copernicus. Kind of. I was just going, look, man, I realize I'm a kid. I'm 18. But I know a lot about this. A lot. Now, don't kid yourself. There were a lot of times when I got to bring up, I guess this store only has a couple of beta titles in it. Wonder why that is. Shut up, you. Julian Zeter says, you should do a show on famous musicians who had Marfan's disease. Rachmaninoff was one of them. Well, if there's enough of them that I could just do a show on Rachmaninoff. Julian, you don't know what I'm dealing with here. I got to do a show on bad smells because Brittany came up with that one. That's a good one. I still have Whiteout, Michael Nesmith, microphones, Last American Virgin, excuse me, the Springfield Murders. Tomorrow night, we're doing Playboy After Dark. Such a cool show. And then Thursday, we're doing the Burger Chef Murders. I'll write it down here, Rachmaninoff. Oh, wait a minute, I can turn the paper over. I don't know this is spelled correctly, but I know a lot of you like my extremely awesome printing, so I'll show you that. Got compliments on it. Julian Zeter says Robert Johnson, Vivaldi, Panini, Buckethead. Robert Johnson drank out of the wrong bottle disease. Terry Nee says, I was the youngest, so $5 to torment an elder is money well spent. If you really got it for $5, that's a really good buy. I'm not going to say it's not. However, at that point, as much as I want to tip my cap to you for that good buy, another part of me says, why did you have to pay anything for it? If the guy was willing to let it go for $5, it seems like you could have just said, look, I'll haul it out of here for nothing. But $5, whatever. Michael Garner says Jonathan Larson from Rent. They all had Marfan's syndrome as well. Oh, he had Marfan's syndrome. Yeah. Terry Nee with an incredibly sarcastic but very generous $5 donation. Thank you, Terry Nee. With a dancing pear that says keep it up, I think is what that is. Julian Zeter says Tony Rice. Tony Rice, the NFL receiver. Marfan's disease. All right, I'm going to write it down, man. I just did a show on a hole punches recently. You think I'm going to pass up on Marfan's disease? There we go, Marfan's disease. Marfan sufferers have super long and flexible fingers and can reach intervals that most musicians find impossible. Okay. Terry Nee says it was pain to move. Didn't you just hire some people for that? Isn't that something you just go, hey, I can get a couple of guys to muscle this where I need it to be? Is it in your barn, and are you going to work on it, or are you putting it in the house and you're going to play it, or are you going to refurb it and sell it to somebody else? Not that it's any of my business. Not that it's my business. I'm not trying to get in your business, Julian Zeter said, just a thought, probably won't interest most people. Probably won't interest most people. Kind of the theme of this show. Kind of what we're all about here, really. Yeah. Although, I'm not living in a shed. I have a bathroom. I can hit a target with a shotgun. Man, let me tell you something. If you're using a shotgun and you try to shoot at something and you miss it 3 times by more than 5 feet, you better put that gun away. You can't operate it. Now, I would give somebody a slight pass on missing 1 time. Even then, I'd be going, I don't know, man. It's a shotgun. And this guy's talking all tough about firearms, and I'm like, dude, you 3 times? 3 times. Trainee says auction, $5 was the minimum. I gotcha. Julian Zeter says, just a thought. Oh, yeah. Tony Rice is the second most influential bluegrass guitar player. Trainee says, it works fine. I'll send a video. Okay. But what do you intend to do with it? Is it just, hey, guys, I got to play your piano. Watch. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, let's go have a beer and watch the game. I don't know what you're going to use it for. The show isn't hole punch, so the show isn't whole. I don't know what that means. But more, I mean, 3 times with a shotgun. And this guy's talking all tough and he's this and that. And they all say this, oh, I bet I shoot more than you. I bet you don't. As I said, when I was out in Utah, I could go on the second level patio and shoot across the back, whatever, pasture opening, whatever, about 200 yards, where I had a piece of armor plate leaning up against a boulder and just shoot all day, whenever I wanted, however I wanted. There's also in Wayne County, Utah, the sheriff's department has an open shooting range there to the public. I think there might be pictures of it on my Facebook page in an album. I know this. I'm not going to miss 3 times with a shotgun while I'm living in a shed. And going to the bathroom in a, If I was in that situation, I wouldn't be doing a stream. I'll tell you that. Be rectifying that situation. I might have more important things to do. Seems to me. But what do I know? Seems to me. I don't want to hear about it. Julian Zeter says, here in Philadelphia, even shooting pool is heavily regulated. Well, it is regulated in a lot of areas. Utah ain't one of them. Texas ain't one of them. Texas. Utah ain't one of them. I'll tell you that right now. We have about 9 minutes left. If somebody really wanted to, they could be on via Facebook. Or why? You know what I could do? I could actually try to contact somebody on Facebook. Granddaughter's enjoyment. Actually, I didn't plan what to do with it, but come on, $5 with 100 rolls, and the plastic bins are worth $5. No, it's one of those things. If I don't need a set of golf clubs, but if there was one for $1.50, well, why not? I got you. All right. Whatever, man. Hey, it's your world, boss. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying when I'm saying. Hey, the chef is here. Should I try to get the chef on? I'll try him. I think he's working though. I think he's probably working. But I'll try. I'll try to get the chef for just a second. See if we can get the chef online real quick. Chef. Get us a little chef working here. But I think he's working.
Hello, Tom.
Hey, aren't you chefing right now?
No, I'm at home.
Oh, you're on the air. I was just calling you to see if my technology worked.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out the other day and everything.
How's the chefing going at the fancy place?
So, how's everything going?
It's going great. How's the chefing going up there at that fancy restaurant?
Well, okay, you say it's fancy. Well, it is fancy.
It is. That's one of the premier places to go in Indianapolis there.
Yes, it is. Top of the One America Financial tower.
Yeah.
At least right now, it's the second tallest building. They're opening up another hotel that's going to be 2 stories bigger. But yes,
What's your signature dish there at the new place?
well, we have we do have a see, that's a hard thing when people say, "What's your best dish? What can you make? What do you?" It's like, well, we have a Tommy Hawk steak. That's $184.
Wow.
Just yeah, just the steak itself.
What do
But
you?
we also have pasta, and we also have other things. It's a members club only place, so we have to be big on things. But at the same time, you just want some, pasta and with scampi or salmon on it or whatever the case may be.
What's your favorite thing to make there?
My okay there. Okay. I'm a pasta guy
Uh-huh.
myself because I've done pizza and everything else like
Yeah.
that and stuff. But I do like a shrimp scampi pasta with a light sauce. Everybody wants this really heavy sauce. I'm really not into the heavy sauce. I like to get a nice sauce, even a clam bake sauce that is just right there,
Yeah.
right, just right there. Not
Okay.
so much seasonings and everything. Let the clams do their job.
Gotcha. Well, I thought I'd give you a call, see what was up, but I'll let you get back to your evening and stuff. And if I'm in Indianapolis, I expect you to be able to get me in there for a meal.
Excuse me, you expect?
Well, I would like.
No, you are honored to be there.
Okay. Well, I've been there before. One of the guys I owned an ad agency I worked for was a member, and we went there all the time. And so I got kind of spoiled by it and didn't realize that we weren't just going there. He was actually a member. And I told you that they had some sort of billionaires club
Yes.
thing one, it was like 3-4 Fridays ago. And a gal that I went to college with that works for a big giant company in Indianapolis had posted all over LinkedIn that they got to go there and eat. And she said it was incredible. So anyway, you have yourself a great evening.
And you do yourself.
All right, man. Take it
Now,
easy.
what's the show for tomorrow?
It will be Playboy After Dark, the TV show.
Okay.
All right, man. We'll talk
All
to
right.
you.
You take care.
You too. Bye-bye. That's the chef from the Skyline Club. And it's like on the next to the top floor of big building in Indianapolis. That's the chef that's in our chat room all the time. I'm not kidding. That's actually the guy. All right, let's see here. Philly has collapsed, says Terry Nee. Everyone's moving to Harrisburg, home of the Harrisburg Heat. No economic base left in Philadelphia. Well, I don't have anything good to say about Philadelphia. There's only one person, I think Doopa Doopa Deuce from there, and she's awesome. But there's a couple of people I know from Philadelphia that are just pond scum. I mean, they're awful people. I have a field of pigs droppings next to me and 8 major grocery stores within 4 miles. Costco just opened with just the closest one now. Yeah, they build up all around you. You get a nice place out in the country, and then it's just boom, bang, bing, bang, bang. And it suddenly, yeah, I hear you, man. Terry Nee says, when I think of a destination, I think Indianapolis. Indianapolis, my man, happens to be the crossroads of America. thank you, and is known for a very popular convention site. What about that? Terry Nee says tomahawk steak is just a way to get rid of the bone and have someone pay for it. Well, I think that describes all beef and poultry and pork. Julian Zito says, I just made clams and linguine tonight. Sounds good, chef. Yeah, that dude can cook. That dude can cook now. I'm telling you what, that man, he can cook. That dude can cook. I know one person from Philadelphia that's just the most lowbrow, dull, and thinks they are Dean Martin. How's that for a throwback? Well, I guess we're toward the end of our time together here. That's all we got. I'd like to thank Terry Nee, not only for his $5.50, 99 cents in donations, but for suggesting the topic. It was an interesting topic. Don't know as we'll do OBS again, but maybe I'll investigate a little Streamlabs and stuff, having done this. Maybe I'll experiment with that this weekend. Tomorrow we'll be back on StreamYards, and you can see all your stuff, and everything will be groovy again, you know. And Wednesday we will have, that's tomorrow, Playboy After Dark, which was this really cool show that had entertainers and intellectuals and authors and jazz music and, of course, Playboy girls. And Hugh Hefner would just walk around and talk to them all. That's the show right there. And then on Thursday, the Burger Chef murders from Indianapolis. Still unsolved for this day. The Wolf is here. And he says, when I think of a destination, I think of the days of the Greeks and the Romans. Julian Caesar says, Kim Warfield, long time no see. Terry Nee says, Google Philadelphia. Nothing comes up. Julian says, not in Philadelphia. Hey, Julian, Wolf, hello to you. You guys want me to try to get a hold of the Wolf? I'm going to do that because I've been meaning to call him. I was thinking about him this weekend and said, I'm worried. I haven't heard from the Wolf in ages. Which means one of two things. One of two things. Let me see. Oh, he's not up on, I don't see him on Facebook here. All right, I'm not going to contact the Wolf. Forget I said it. That was a terrible idea. People saying hi to the Wolf. Wolf says, hello, nobody. Yeah, I don't say that person's name on this show. I don't get any publicity at all. They're just something you would pluck from the shower drain of life. And man, do they think they're entertaining. And man, do they think they're smart. And no. So anyway, with all of that being said, I personally think, and Stribbs had asked me to play this on the way out, so I'm gonna. I think that the only thing left to say is, till next time. The Wolf says, well, there it is then. I'll check again. But you weren't on Facebook. I'm sorry. What was I supposed to do? Think about how it made me feel. Think how bad it made me feel that you weren't there when I needed you the most. Now I'm going to do this. He's still not going to be there. I'll check and see. Then he can blame his phone and get mad at his phone. I'm just trying to keep him from getting mad at his phone because I'm such a nice guy. And I like to remove stress from my friends' lives. All right, let's see if this works. All right. You want to play hardball? Fine. We'll play hardball. Working, dialing, working. No answer. Well, I never. Hey, Wolf. Carmel won the state championship in soccer and girls cross country. If we got them, got it in soccer, Big Daddy. Oh yeah. Yeah, don't kid yourself. What the hell is going on with my sound level? All right. That's, I don't like what's going on there. I'm on YouTube. Okay, I can't contact you that way. Well, there it is. Wolfson Ox, he'll be around for some time. Yes, he will. I told him that a long time ago. My area stinks. Stay away, says Terry Nee. All right, with all that being said, I think the only thing left to say is, till next time, we'll see you next time.
Where voices clash, chasing echoes in a digital splash. Through the static, he calls his line, a podcasting's quest, one of a kind. Tom Gulley riding the wave. Tom Gulley riding the wave, yeah. Through the noise, through the haze. Hey, Tom Gulley riding the wave. Oh, yeah. With the mic in hand, he sails the air, dodging trolls. He doesn't care. Opinions crash like thunder's roar. He's always ready for one wave more. Tom Gulley rides the wave. Tom Gulley rides the wave. Through the noise, through the noise. Tom Gulley rides the wave. Oh, yeah. Internet tides, they ebb and flow. He's catching currents we'll never know. Oh, ripping sharp, making bold plays. Tom Gulley, the king of waves. Tom Gulley rides the wave. Hey, Tom Gulley rides the wave. Through the noise, through the waves. Hey, Tom Gulley rides the wave. Oh, Tom Gulley rides the waves. Tom Gulley rides the waves. Tom Gulley's got a mic in his hand. Ooh yeah, talking Bigfoot tracks in the sand. Hole punches, fighters, conspiracies tight. He's podcasting strong, deep into the night. From the man from UNCLE to the Motown scene. He's dropping gems like you never seen. Oh, you know Tom Gulley, he's the podcast king. Say what? Ladies man with a smooth, sweet swing. Bigfoot, spider, and 9/11 schemes. Tom's a man of your wildest dreams. Tom Gulley, he's got charm, got wit, and a silky Talking mysteries only Tom would know. From R&B to the funk so tight, so tight. He's spinning webs like a spider at night. Woo! His voice is smooth like a Motown jam. Ooh-wee. You can't help but say that's my man. Oh yeah, Tom Gulley, he's the podcast king. Ladies man with a smooth, sweet swing. Ooh. Bigfoot, spiders, and 9/11 schemes. Tom's the man of your wildest dreams. Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, oh, oh, yeah, oh yeah. Who's that man with the smoothest plan? Tom Gulley's got the upper hand. Ooh yeah, he's got style, got brains, got a podcast too, dropping truth bombs. He's coming for you. Evil puppets think they can play, but the man from Gulley don't sway. He's sharp as a tack, clever and sly. When he's in the zone, they can't deny. He's the man from Gulley. He'll outsmart the devil verse every day. The man from Gulley. Say what? Taking down those puppets in his funky way. He's got moves like a Motown king. Words so smooth, they gotta sting. Ha! With a mic in hand, he's a podcast pro. Evil schemes on wherever he goes. Clap your hands now. Tom don't run, Tom don't hide. He's got that funky justice stride. With the bass line bumping, the horn